attached to the name Jeffrey Epstein is not just about one madman. It's an opposite of a world where power, money, and the manipulation of the judicial system can create an entire state of impunity. On January 30th, 2026, the United States Department of Justice released 3.5 million pages of internal records, investigative files, and forensic data under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. These documents are not just numbers. They reveal how wealth and secrecy can shield abuse and criminality from consequence. Jeffrey Edward Epstein was born in 1953 in Seagate, Brooklyn. His father Seymour worked as a groundskeeper. His mother Paula was a school aide. From childhood, Epstein showed signs of being a mathematical prodigy, skipping 2 grades and graduating high school at 16. His first exposure to elite social circles came through education. At the Dalton School, a prestigious Manhattan prep school, he taught physics and mathematics while simultaneously building relationships with the parents of wealthy families. These connections would become his gateway to Wall Street. In 1976, during a parent-teacher conference, Epstein impressed Bear Stearns CEO Alan Greenberg. This was the turning point. His skill wasn't just financial, he knew how to navigate social circles. This social climb became the foundation of his empire. He was offered a position as a junior assistant and within 4 years became a limited partner and options trader. He adopted a new role as a financial fixer for the ultra-wealthy, recovering stolen money and operating in the shadows of legitimacy. He became involved with Towers Financial, assisting in a $475 million Ponzi scheme. The founder, Stephen Hoffenberg, made Epstein his senior vice president and called him his wingman. Hoffenberg went to jail. Epstein was never charged. Here, he learned to move money through complex corporate shells, exploit regulatory blind spots, and remain legally insulated. In 1988, Epstein established J. Epstein Company, focusing exclusively on billion-dollar clients. His most important relationship was with Leslie Wexner, founder of Victoria's Secret. Wexner gave Epstein power of attorney, allowing him to sign checks, buy and sell properties, and borrow loans in Wexner's name. Epstein received Wexner's Manhattan house at 9 East 71st Street, essentially for free. This access gave him 3 things: limitless capital, legitimacy, and high-value properties. These estates, the Manhattan Townhouse, the Palm Beach Mansion, Little St. James in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, became the hubs of Epstein's future operations. Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of disgraced media tycoon Robert Maxwell, became the operational head. She recruited girls, targeting those from vulnerable or troubled homes, amassing them world travel and professional opportunities. Victims were trapped through financial coercion, psychological manipulation, and constant threats. Virginia Giuffre testified she was recruited from a spa at Mar-a-Lago. The concept of visible chains, control established through power and fear. In 2005, the Palm Beach police began their first investigation when a parent reported that her 14-year-old daughter had been abused. By 2007, federal prosecutors had prepared a 60-count indictment. Then came the 2008 non-prosecution agreement. Epstein was allowed to plead guilty to minor state charges. He served only 13 months in jail with work release privileges. Federal immunity was granted to his co-conspirators. And the victims? They weren't even told about the deal, a direct violation of the Crime Victims' Rights Act. This deal was legally and socially controversial. Epstein was practically free, yet officially a registered sex offender. Until 2018, the case remained largely hidden. Then investigative journalist Julie K. Brown published her series in the Miami Herald, Perversion of Justice. She tracked down more than 60 women. The series sparked national attention. Labor Secretary Alexandra Acosta resigned. In February 2019, a federal judge ruled that the 2008 agreement had violated victims' rights. This opened the door for the Southern District of New York to file new federal sex trafficking charges against Epstein in July 2019. On August 10, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his cell. The official report, suicide.
On the morning of August 10, 2019, convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was discovered dead in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Lower Manhattan.